All right. I belong behind the podium, Colin. Let's get on with the news here, or it'll never happen.
All right, what do we got? What do we got?
Let's see.
Let me scroll up
I
here. Oh yeah,
this is the one
you
that
take the
everyone
first
knows.
one. You take the first one. You got it.
Yeah. So, um, y'all probably already have heard of this, but due to a current event that may or may not have happened in the U.S., which we will not be talking about because there's really not much to say about it. Um, the end result of a certain Twitter user commenting on this event is that PogChamp is it needs a new face. The emote needs a brand new face. So here, oh no, hang on, that's the wrong link. I need this one. Yes, there we go. So it got not only one new face, but it got many. The latest Twitch verdict on the on PogChamp is that every 24 hours it's going to change in appearance.
That's so
So we will
stupid.
have all the hype for this
How is
emote. And
that?
honestly, I'm not mad.
That was a
Like it's
smart move, honestly, for them. Like that's gonna be even more. I think like that's gonna generate more buzz around it.
yeah, it just makes it a little more interesting. And it honestly, I kind of wish they'd take this approach to all the face of an actual person emotes. Because by doing this, it becomes really easy to quietly phase out people when this happens. It's more of an idea and less of, hey, it's this one guy's face. So I think this is a good call. I think the original decision to get rid of the guy's face was a pretty good call
So
because
are
in the year that is
these?
2021, that would have never gone under the radar. That would have blown up. And if they weren't ahead of it, they would have been crushed under it. Not that Twitch is any stranger to awful PR, but finally they make a decision that doesn't get them awful PR. So way to start off the new year, Twitch.
Are are these emotes they're just replacing it with? Is it a random emote from all of Twitch's emotes, or is it? What do you mean by a new face? Is it just like a? How are they choosing? Do you know what the pool is from that they're replacing it with?
I actually do not know what the criteria is. Um, I don't. Let me double check in the article. The voice says,
Because you can't just get
uh,
rid of entirely of the emote. When people are using it every day in their conversations, like oh that's pretty pog, man. Like now it's so
yeah.
far. It's streamers
I like
PogChamps emotes. Okay, don't know how they
I
choose
like
though.
this paragraph in the article. Says the other big part of this is that Twitch's long-term goal as a company seems to be to fully divorce themselves from the reputation as an ESPN for gamers. With the IRL section, all the different, non-gaming categories. I can definitely see them moving in that direction. So the guy writes, the PogChamp debacle is basically perfect for Twitch. A small change that signals they're no longer aligned with Gutierrez, who is the face, and everything within this specific toxic strain of the programming community that he represents. So it's like a nice little chance for them to take a step back.
Yeah. Um, Kuro, we've actually talked about that before, and I don't think either of us acted on it. I'll probably upload the one tonight, honestly. Like I can do that. I mean, if it's something that Mason and I discussed, we end up wanting to do,
Yeah,
because I've like a fast enough connection to once the VOD goes up, it should take me just a quick minute to download, and then like I can upload it overnight if need be, or probably won't even take that long. Um, but yeah, that is something we had talked about. It's just we don't want like the YouTube content to just be the news. Like we want to be able to put out other content in parallel with it, but clearly that hasn't happened. As I've said, I'm
yeah.
gonna start this Nuzlocke thing that I haven't started for like a month now. So, you know, one day.
Yeah.
But
It is free content, which
but
we
yeah, we
desperately
for
need
sure
this week.
do intend to do that. Why has League not been slammed for its infamous toxicity? It has been slammed. I think it gets slammed all the
Yeah, it's
time, mostly
non-stop
by
slammed.
players. Like, I'll tell
Yes.
you, League is one of the probably the most toxic game I've ever played in my life, and I'm not gonna stop. I have a problem.
Yes. Yeah.
I think I
Um.
think that.
uh,
Sorry, Mason. To Kuro's last point, just real quick. Like, I think it would go really well alongside something like the podcast that we have, like a podcast and a news segment. I feel like those two things kind of mesh well together, and then we'll have our
mhm.
random gaming BS alongside it, if we can ever get that going. But yeah, I think I agree, Kuro. We're definitely gonna try and get it up there.
Yes, indeed.
All right, Mason.
And
Sorry.
that will not be the only change with the new year. The other strand. Well, all right. That was not a bad transition, but it didn't end up going anywhere. It was an interesting bit of local news at the very least. Um, so those of y'all who don't live where we do probably don't know about the Carytown Mall, which is or was previously a very large mall in the area. And as the area's price value has gone up and up and up because of its really great location, it's next to an airport, next to some highways, business is booming. Raleigh's like becoming Raleigh and Cary and Apex and everywhere this place is near just become more and more like successful or for a certain definition. There's more and more money in the area at
Hmm.
the very least. So you'd think that this mall would be popping off. And instead it has just been dying a very slow, painful death as
For a
companies
long time.
leave and like
A
all the
long
department
time.
stores that have been sustaining it have left. And now the only thing that's there is like a food court. Like it's literally
Yeah.
just a
When
food court.
John and I lived in our old apartment in Cary, it was literally our Chick-fil-A destination. That's it. We would drive to the mall, we would get Chick-fil-A, we would drive home. That's it. Like, I don't know
Yes.
that there was like a GameStop in there, I think, still, and like a
Yeah.
few
There's
other
a Dave
random
and Buster's, I
stores.
think.
But yeah, it was, yeah.
There's like one department
There was no
store.
wait
Yeah,
time.
there's no wait time because
That's
there's no one
true.
there. I don't even think all the food courts still populated.
No,
But
it's not.
yeah, we there was like supposed to be a Piggly Wiggly's that went in there, which is like an American Southern grocery store. That didn't happen. IKEA was the big name that was
Hmm.
supposed to come in and kind of kick things off.
They bailed so
That didn't
hard.
happen.
They came and they were like, "Oh God, this is the place."
Yeah, they were like,
No.
hell no. And it's really a good location. I just don't know why everyone's not having it. Um, but it was kind of a shame because it could be really good for property. It'd be nice to see someone in the mall. And suddenly, I got this not from a source of local news, but from my gaming news that I followed. The person or the company that finally buys this place, Epic Games,
The
in
Fortniters.
in possibly the last piece of news I would have expected, Epic Games has bought this mall, a whole ass mall for its new global headquarters.
Hmm. And they're big
I
enough to
really
do
would
it.
not have expected Epic Games to be the one like to step up and buy the mall. I
Do
don't
you know
know what's going in
the
there.
the movie theater over by Crossroads?
AMC or
I don't know
Blue
if it's an
Ridge?
AMC. The one, like if you're in the Crossroads Center, there's a back area movie theater or something like that. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
been a little while.
another one you're talking
If
about.
you
Yeah,
go behind it, that's where the current Epic Games headquarters is. Like behind that movie theater area, and it's not like
Crossroads Center.
super large, but it's like modernized. Um,
Yeah,
but
but you
then
don't
like
need.
once you see it, compare it to the mall, like the entire square footage of the mall, and like the mall isn't using all of its area. Like they still got the whole parking lot that they could work with, and I'm sure they're not going to need. I
Yes.
mean, maybe they will need an entire parking lot for their staff now. I don't know, but I mean, yeah, working inside a mall is it'd be huge, and I think it kind of is an attestment to like the gaming world right now, even though it is Fortnite gamer chads that are going to be doing this. It's a big deal, I think, for the gaming world. They're making like a SaaS deal
Okay,
of a
is
gym
that
daycare.
honestly that for an industry that is really criticized for basically killing its employees, I like that. Because Epic is definitely criticized for killing its employees. So maybe they're offering nice amenities to the employees that they can look at as they walk to and from their desk
Yeah.
every 20 hours.
Back and forth from hell after coming home from
Yeah,
2 hours of sleep, or coming back to work from two
yeah.
hours sleep.
Is Fortnite sustainable?
It's sustained for
Probably. Yeah,
too
like
long.
League's still here.
They keep
So
on having
yeah,
events, and
Fortnite has
I mean,
probably reached.
they had, what was their last? They had some recent like live event too that popped off. So
Yeah. And that's live events, I feel like, are a big part of what might happen at this mall because Raleigh, there's a lot of talk about Raleigh becoming an esports capital, like a internationally sized
mm-hmm.
gaming venue was supposed to pop up here. I think I don't know if it was another thing that the RNC or the PNC, I think it's PNC these
PNC,
days,
yeah, PNC Arena.
Arena hosted, or if it was going to be its own independent thing. But there are a lot of developers here, Epic Games included. Red Storm's here.
Oh yeah, Red Storm. Forgot about them.
Uh
Well, they even used to host like
oh
competitive stuff. Like MLG Raleigh was a recurring thing. I
yeah,
don't know if it still is. Like, I don't know if
like
MLG is
they're
still a thing actually, but
oh yeah. But no, there are a bunch of places here. There are a bunch of like support, like gaming production support businesses here. So I'm happy to see this. I think this is a really cool piece of news, especially for people in our area.
it I think it made a lot of people in our area go like, "Huh? That who?"
Yeah,
but but
yeah,
um
but
but it's a good thing for us, us people who are, avid gamer elites, But
yeah,
will they keep the Dave
Elites.
and Buster's? I'm sure they'll have some equivalent of an arcade or something. A lot of the developers or companies that I've seen, in the same vein do have some sort of arcade or something. So I
They'll
just had this
probably keep the food
discussion.
court too.
I just had this discussion the other day
Honestly,
with John and JJ that I've never been to a Dave and Buster's, and John claims he hasn't either. So was joking they would list it as a company perk and keep it. It'd get me to sign up. Shoot.
and to Sophie's comment earlier, their game engine is also a huge moneymaker, and now they have the Epic Store. Yeah, Fortnite was their big break. Um, that everyone knew about, and quietly in the background, their work on the Unreal Engine has been printing them money. The amount, like you think they give out a bunch of free shit on the Epic Game Store, the amount of free shit they give out on the Unreal Engine Store is
Really? Oh, I don't
unreal.
know about that one. Ha ha ha
No,
ha
it's yeah.
ha.
No, it's seriously ridiculous. They are killing it. And
I'm
then they
actually
use
like,
that money and Fortnite money
whoops.
to open up the Epic Game Store, and they're like, "Well, we can't compete with how big Steam is yet, but want to know how to get people to come over here? How about our tried and true strategy of making everything free?" And
Yeah, I
it's working.
just took a real
So
quick look at them, and they had also done Unreal Tournament and Gears of War. I think I knew that they were
yep,
behind Gears, but Unreal Tournament was something that I only knew about because John said his dad used to play it at his work all the time or something like that, and that's how I know that name. But anyways, sorry.
yeah, no, it's been the standard for AAA game. Yeah, for decades. Yeah, Bethesda has their weird Frostbite shit that's still the core of it was used in Oblivion and hasn't been changed, and they keep like slapping new stuff onto it, and I guess they're just waiting for the engine to fall apart. Although now that they're owned by Microsoft, they might actually be doing something about that. But yeah, most everything's on Unreal
I
these
don't know if
days.
I could like you said they made the engine for Oblivion. I haven't played
I
Oblivion
think so. It's
in a
Oblivion
while.
or Morrowind was the first game to have this engine, and everything they've come out with since has had it. And it's just gotten older and worse and older and worse. But yeah.
Bethsuda.
Just wait until I have to stop. Maybe. I think Microsoft buying them is the only thing that could have given me hope for Bethesda. After they came out with what Fallout 76 was,
Yeah, that
and
was
then
big.
introduced
Yeah.
the Battle Royale into it, which
Yeah,
was
that was
the
bad.
worst move I think I've ever seen in my life.
That was
It was
bad.
like somebody playing chess. They glare into their opponent's eyes, and like the whole epic anime thing happens. And what they do is they move their king right next to the enemy queen, and they're like, "I've got you now." Was Fallout 76 Battle Royale, and the opponent's just sitting there looking at them like, "Do you?" And like it was just the worst move.
It doesn't even matter
And
because
maybe Microsoft will
they're
get them
gonna come
working
out with the
again.
next Elder Scrolls, and they're just gonna make so much money, even if it sucks. They're gonna make so much money.
True.
This game is getting so
Yeah.
much hype, you know. It's just crazy.
Microsoft needs the like IPs that Bethesda has and the titles because they have none for their new console. But I think it's a mutual thing because Bethesda needs somebody to make them get their act together. And Microsoft might be that place. Like, because Bethesda, for all their IPs and what they have, they ain't using it.
They're trying. They're
They're
trying.
trying. Yes, they're trying.
Lee! Yes, they're back.
Lee's here.
Yes,
They're back.
yes. We are back. I know. We have
Yes, THEYRE back.
THEYRE back. Yes, THEYRE back indeed, chatbot. Um we took a little hiatus for the holiday season, but here we are, you know.
We're easing back into it. And here to help us ease back into it is the smooth soundtrack of one of my favorite, one of my favorite game soundtracks of all time. It is the Persona 5, or actually all the Persona soundtracks
Yeah,
are
all the
actually
Persona
now on
games.
Spotify.
Yeah. Big deal.
Lee, better
I
now
love
that I
it.
have this music to listen to.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. I'm not alone in saying that I love Persona music, so I'm very excited. I'm not sure if it has the first one, but I know it has Persona 2 Forward up there on it. So I have yet to add any of the music to my playlist, but I totally intend to. Um so yeah. I'm doing well, Lee. Doing well. I'm tired, but you know, what else is new?
About
Um
yourself, Lee?
yeah, how are you doing, man?
Both kind of been under rocks for a little while, so we don't know how many people are doing. We're rediscovering the community.
Yeah.
Much like we discovered
Oh my god.
this piece
Please
of
just
gaming
stop.
history.
Yeah,
I'm having fun. Let me have this. Actually, better yet, you can have this one.
I
Why
don't
don't
know
you
that I
introduce this
think
one?
you probably you discovered this one. I want you to take this one actually. You're more well versed in it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not wildly well versed in this one. But for a little chuckle of your own, here's the wait, hang on. I'm alright. Work is crumbling due to management leaving. Personal life
Woo!
is pretty chill. Whew.
Good
Well,
old
this is
work
your
crumble.
chance to move up in the world, Lee. They're all leaving, but if you don't, maybe you'll be the next man in
You
charge.
slap that mask on and you walk into work and you tell them you're in charge.
That's right. He's
What
going
are
to be
they
Ray
gonna do?
Management. It's going to be great. I would definitely enjoy having Lee as a manager. I guess I don't know what kind of manager Lee would be, but I feel like he's got those personal
Not
skills.
gonna be manager. I hate them all.
Oh well, okay,
Well, what
maybe
can you
not
do?
then. Yeah, but just imagine Lee with like his Rey Mysterio mask, but also a nice crisp suit
Yeah.
on, and he looks like one of those like wrestling personalities that goes from being in the ring, but then they get like a little too old for the ring, but everyone still loves them, so they're an announcer instead, and so they dress up, but they're also still very clearly a wrestler,
Yeah.
and that's just the personality he adopts. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you hate them all. That means you're perfect for the manager position. That sounds ideal, like any manager I've ever had. Now, my managers have been pretty good, but
That's
it's
a
a
yes
yes
chef
chef
for
for
me.
me.
Yeah,
We might be getting some of that yes chef later tonight, provided it decides to work for us. So stay tuned for some if you want to see some overcooked.
yeah, we just might. Let's see.
You
Right, so this piece of news.
yeah. Excuse me.
The this came up, and it was only it came out yesterday actually. So I saw the title, Microsoft attempts to buy Nintendo, and I was like, what? But then I read it. This is actually a piece of history. This goes back to not the start of the console wars, but the start of Microsoft's share in the console wars, when they had to were coming out with the Xbox to compete with Nintendo's GameCube, which apparently performed really badly and was widely hated. I love it. I don't see any problem with it.
On release, it was
I loved it. That was the best controller I feel that they made, but they were behind the times hardware wise. They were way behind Sony, so they were kind of struggling. They had lots of IPs. Their games were successful, but their hardware and like console design, not so much. And Microsoft sees this, and as they're trying to get into the console wars, Microsoft approaches Nintendo. And this is, I don't know if you can put the meme back up, but this was the source of our meme.
I can.
Apparently, way back when they had this little meeting.
Switch us real quick from the news to this real quick so that they can see the meme. Oh wait. Well, they can't really read the text if I keep our faces here. I'll move my face. My face, go here. There we go.
Yes. So according to the article, this is about how things went. Let's see. While Microsoft implored third-party developers to work on the Xbox, Microsoft also considered using its considerable financial might to buy developers. And Microsoft set its sights high, approaching Nintendo, the developer, about an acquisition. Microsoft was laughed out of the room, says Kevin Bacchus, the director for third-party relations on Xbox Project. They just laughed their asses off, Bacchus says to Bloomberg. Like, imagine an hour of somebody laughing at you. That was kind of how things went. Like, imagine the stones you must have to walk up and say to Nintendo, hey, would you like to be bought? Like, it's just
and then Nintendo
that's like
just laughs
going up
at you.
to Alphabet or Google or something, being like, I think you should really consider, selling out to this. We can offer you $5, $10.
$5,
and...
10, maybe 12.
I think you need to consider the opportunities of working with us. Like, it kind of makes sense hardware wise. Microsoft had the hardware but didn't have the titles, which is nothing like the situation they're in today. But
if you
man.
if you look back at then, that was like the last time that Nintendo just flat out made a console without any kind of crazy innovation. Like, the GameCube was made to just be like a straight up one-to-one competitor for the Xbox and the PlayStation at the time. GameCube was literally just a fucking cube. You played shit, And then they came out with like the DS and the SP and the Wii and all that jazz. And that's where Nintendo's like niche is. They create these crazy creative consoles that just can't even, like, Xbox and Microsoft Xbox and PlayStation just can't keep up with. I mean, they're always going to be ahead in terms of the hardware, I think, like the actual
the specs on the Switch as opposed to like the PS4 even. It just can't compete. But like, you don't buy the Switch for crazy graphical intensity. You buy it because of the IPs that are on the Switch and only the Switch, and because it comes off the stand.
You could take it anywhere. And I mean, it's great, and I love that they do hit that niche so consistently, and that's exactly right. They're just out there doing their own thing, and they're making bank doing it. And the only thing with that is that every new piece of hardware they produce is a risk. It's gonna be a serious risk because, like, the Wii U. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes.
So,
like, I'd actually never thought about it before, but I'd always looked at it as like they are innovating, but I never really thought about they have to innovate. They're so far behind in the hardware race that if they don't have a new idea for a new console, it doesn't sell.
Yeah.
And whew,
Well, and I'm sure if they
did the
put their
Wii U
mind
bomb
to
pretty
it.
hard?
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh yeah. We don't talk about the Wii U. The Wii U was not a console.
No,
They'd have to make a machine that works well. Yeah, and I mean, I think if Nintendo put their mind to it, they probably really could just make a brick that could keep up with Microsoft and Sony. But I don't think that's what they want. I don't think that's what anyone at Nintendo wants. So.
no. All right, here we go. Here's yours. You can do the
Let
next
me
one.
pull up
Speaking of
just quick
Nintendo,
here. Yes. This was also
it
one
was
that
like a Fisher Price tablet.
that Mason here discovered, but it was like a Fisher Price tablet. It's true.
I'm just imagining, you know, the
Yeah.
frog-looking one.
Yeah, for leapfrog.
Just
Or whatever it was. Yeah, that's pretty much what it
that's what
was.
I'm imagining right now.
I remember when the Wii U was coming out, like when it was announced and they were like putting up the trailers for all like the games in development, Zombie U came up and I was like, that looks so cool. And then I played a demo of it and I was like, this is such shit. Like this is so terrible. And I just like I just never fucked with the Wii U after that. I mean, and the Wii wasn't even necessarily anything to like. It was something to write home about because of the motion controls. They were the first one to come out with it. That was a big deal. But even when you like come down to it, the Wii wasn't like a fantastic console. It was great for
No.
innovation. And
The
then
motion
like
controls weren't even that good.
it just I don't know. Anyways, yes, Nintendo despite, being asked to be bought out by Microsoft, actually did some shopping of their own. Um
All
and
these years later.
they did acquire Next Level Games. And if you don't know who that is, that's okay. They were behind the titles in like the Nintendo Sports Series, like Super Mario Strikers. Trying to look for other examples in here. They also did Luigi's Mansion 3 and Luigi's Mansion Dark Side of the Moon. They did I believe they did did they do baseball as well? The Super Mario Baseball, Mario Superstar Baseball? I can't recall if they did, but I know
Don't
that they
think
did
so. I don't
sports
think they did.
games, the Nintendo sports games, and they also did like the Punch Out reboot for Wii and stuff like that. So I think yeah, the developers of Mario Strikers. I think that we might have some more Mario sports games in the future, which I'm excited for. Mason did inform me of a canceled title that was Super Mario Spikers, which
For
would have
the
been
Wii.
Mario Volleyball, which I am here for, especially after my Jenny and I's high Q stint that we've had. So I am all about that. Namco Bandai did Mario Baseball. Really? Hmm. I loved Super Mario Superstar Baseball. So it's interesting that
Yes.
Namco Bandai did that. But hey, more power to them.
Namco
Yeah,
Bandai actually isn't on our list of news, but they did recently announce that they're undergoing their most expensive project ever. Like their biggest, baddest, most expensive project ever. And for a recent, sorely lived developer, that might not mean anything. But Namco Bandai, not recent and not short lived. They have been around.
okay. I was
Pac-Man
actually
2021.
looking up who published and developed the Mario Tennis and the golf games. It looks like that was Camelot Software. So
Mario
that
Golf is not bad.
Mario Tennis Aces was on that's a Switch game, so it's still a thing. But Namco works with Nintendo pretty frequently. That doesn't shock me. Yeah, that doesn't shock me. But so yeah, I'm interested in this. I'm sure like they have the Mario Striker series has a lot of fans. So I wouldn't be surprised
Fun.
if we get some sort of Strikers either reboot or a new game for it on the Switch or something like that soon. That's quite the title, I think. And Luigi's Mansion, I have like 3 of the games in the series, 2 of the games in the series or something like that. And I haven't played any of them, but I know that it's supposed to be a very good series as well. I don't know if after 3 if there's any chance for a sequel or anything, because I haven't played it. But I'm sure, if possible, that series will get some sort of continuation. So, Camelot worked on Smash Ultimate.
There you
Um,
go. Let's see.
but yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that one. Yeah, this is that definitely letting you take this next piece of news, Mason. I think that's definitely more in your vein than it is in my vein.
Yeah. This one, not a terribly long piece of news. Limited Run Games, which is a company that, well, creates a limited run hard copies of games that might be entirely digital. Like for people who just like owning a physical disc with a game, these people make it happen. So if you want to pay, if you want a short one-time only chance to pay more to get a game and then to pay to have it shipped to you, now's your chance. Which there are fans out there who like having cool stuff, in all seriousness, which I totally get. I'm just not one of them. But for anyone who is a super fan of the Scott Pilgrim series, Limited Run Games is here. Let me post the link here. They are doing a run of the Scott Pilgrim versus the World beat 'em up game, which actually I've played, and I'm not a beat 'em up fan. I am a Scott Pilgrim fan, so I did enjoy this a little bit, which is actually quite impressive because normally you couldn't pay me to play a beat 'em up game, but I made it a fair part of the way through this one. I actually only stopped playing because the person I played with, we were like hanging out for a day and just grinding through it. It's not an unfun game.
Oh, Limited Run is
The
local.
Scott Pilgrim series,
I did not know
not a
that.
bad series.
I love Limited Run games. They did I haven't picked up any of their titles yet, but I really like to see like the games that they put out in physical form. Like Golf Story is one of my favorite Nintendo Switch games of all time. Fucking fantastic. And they did a physical copy of that. And then I watch a YouTuber who purchases pretty much everything that they put out, and it's pretty neat the amount of things like they put in extras and like booklets and like instruction booklets that you don't see anymore, kind of thing, to make it really feel
Mhm.
like a physical copy, which I appreciate. So I don't know what the
Definitely a
price
cool
tag is
nostalgia
like,
thing.
but they had a pop-up
Really,
store
I
in
did not
Cary
know
Town Center. That would have been cool to check out. I didn't know that,
All
but
I can say is that in this game you can play as Kim Pines, and if you have watched or read Scott Pilgrim, that should sell you on this title immediately, right? That's all I'm saying.
yeah, I can't. I've seen
Um,
Scott Pilgrim, but I've only seen it once. I'm not the super fan kind of person. I think the one time I went was with Mason. So yeah, I think we went to and saw it in theaters, and I think it wasn't like when it released or anything. I think it was just like it's in theaters, we're gonna go see it kind of thing. It was like some sort of special
mhm.
release or something. So, and then I am absolutely letting you tackle this last bit of news, Mason. I know this was kind of Mason heavy today, but this is
Yeah.
these are Mason sided stories, so you guys get more Mason today.
Well, that's. I'm sure that's what the people want.
Oh, I am
Is
too.
more
I'm
Mason.
positive that's what the people want.
So this one isn't for.
Any of you. It's for none
It's
of
really
you.
not for everyone. It's also really not for anyone, possibly except for myself. But I'm excited, which means I'm gonna waste some of your day talking about it. And yes, Maddie, we have a podium. That one is Colin, or well, the podium is me. Everything else is Colin.
Everything else. The stock
This is
background
stuff that I
image.
wish I'd
Gotcha.
known about before I started working on the Meta Power bot. Twitch has come out with even more cool stuff. There's a channel points predictions feature where you can bet channel points on a certain outcome.
That's
It's
new
a
too.
built-in
Yeah.
betting pool /
Oh,
function, which is
I
pretty cool.
cannot. We got a new follower. Is it an I? Psychoth. I know
Oh man.
I've talked to Psychoth in I
Yes,
think it
thank you
was,
for following Connor.
I can't remember what channel that is, but yes, we know
Where's
who
Connor?
that is. Yeah, it probably would have followed sooner if we actually bothered to stream. But hey, thank you for the follow regardless. We appreciate that. Thanks for checking us out.
Yes,
You gotta tell me how to pronounce that so I don't fuck it up from now on.
Gotta be Sakoff.
Sakoff? It sounds like a JRPG
Sakoff.
character, honestly. You sound like a JRPG villain. You remind me of a Final Fantasy villain. You're gonna come down and kill the female love interest. Break everyone's heart. Nice! Steakhouse. That's how you say it. You're gonna play Scramble? Is that even a question? Of course I'm gonna play Scramble. If I ever get my fucking stimulus check, my money is going to the immediate pre-order of Scramble. But yes. Oh, I have a friend from. Well, we both have a friend from Vietnam. AJ's from Vietnam.
That is true.
Yeah. I totally intend to like complete. If I get it for PS4, which I think I am, I'm going to go for the platinum on that bad boy.
Ooh. But yep. Last half-assed piece of news: more cool stuff for Twitch developers, which I desperately wish I knew about when I started developing the MetaPower bot. Not only would the Twitch CLI have helped me immensely, it's literally built to do exactly what I was doing. I got almost all the way through developing it. It's essentially it's an extension to the Streamlabs bot that is itself a mini bot that is small and shitty and does one thing. But I also found out that there may or may not be an entire alternative to the Streamlabs chatbot that is just better and also does what I made my bot to do. And it's already out there and free. So that's good.
Hot damn.
Yep. Anyway, that's the last bit of Don news.